Linda here, Serene and Simple Life. I just looked at lot number 1 of the day, and I decided rather than filming land and not wanting to show locations, that it would be better that I just I'm excited. I have 7 more to go today, but if number 1 is any indication of what's to come, let's just say I'm going to be totally confused, because I could almost stop right now and make an offer. And I have to realize and say, this is not number 1. From what I could recall, 29 before this one, this is number 30. So it's not like I'm choosing the first one that I've looked at. Location, location, location. Price. Listing agent was super helpful. She's going to get back to me with a few numbers for driveway. It needs septic, has city water, electric poles close by, neighbors in the distance. It's really meeting my checklist. Really meeting all the yeses on my checklist. God does that. Just going to keep on trucking here, and I'll come back and I'm going to share with you number 2. I think I've decided I'm going to do this in 2 videos. I'll do the first 4, and then I'll go another day and I'll do 4 more. May show you a little land in between, and maybe not. I don't know that right now. So, alrighty. Hope you'll continue watching and listening. You might just glean something for yourself. Awesome. It's been a lovely drive from what I'm calling property number 1, and just left property number 2. Oh my gosh, the farmland out here. And I have seen everything from single wides to $1 million homes and the mountains and everything in between. Yes, it's Tennessee. Awesome. Okay, property number 2. Did not get to meet the listing agent realtor. Very, very nice, him and his wife. Some unexpecteds came up today with him, personal unexpecteds. I have called both of them and texted them, and no response right now. Although I did get a text from him this morning, and he told me he would get back with me, and that's not happening. So it has been on the market for 441 plus days since I found it, and so that's a long time on the market. That's kind of like, what's wrong with this property? Lots of back windy roads to get to it, but not dirt roads. They're all paved. 29.9. I think all utilities are in place, except I think you need to get septic. And I don't think there's septic there, but it is city water and electric. Would need a driveway. There was internet service, just like property number 1. And I just passed the sign, I think, of the property number 3. Of course, I've got someone behind me, so I need to turn. I'm thinking number 2 is probably a scratch. I couldn't find the exact location. That's why I contacted them again. Okay. As I was talking to you, I got distracted and I saw the sign and then it was gone, and then I had to turn around. Property number 3. Oh, and I thought of another property that I looked at back in the fall. So we're actually at number 33. The last one would be 32. But in today's part 2 of looking for land, you know, I was in the fall, now it's the spring, so this is part 2. This is number 3. Number 3 was lightly wooded, immediately right off the road. No driveway. I don't know how you would cut a driveway. I don't know anything about that. It smelled like a lot of work. Another $29,900, and I believe that's because it's in a great area, just like number 2. I don't want to confuse you, but I'll bring it up again. I've already looked at, now it's 30 properties, and now we just looked at 3 more today. Beautiful barns, beautiful properties, beautiful springtime. I'm ecstatic. I think number 3 is another, meaning scratch, meaning no. It was the same listing agent. And I believe it's been on the market and then off the market and then on the market. And I don't know, right now when I looked it up, I did a lot of search on Zillow and on LandWatch. 2 very good ones because I could put unrestricted in the keywords. I couldn't do that on RealTrax. That's actually a realtor one. And I'm not sure that I could do it on realtor.com. But on Zillow and LandWatch, you can actually put in unrestricted. And I think about 80 properties came up. So, all over Tennessee. All right, so number 3, $29,900. I do believe it had utilities also. Had to put a septic in. Number 1 is looking really hot so far. On to number 4 and 5 with another realtor. So I probably will put those together. Number 3 was very close to interstate. Neighbors in the distance, but not really. Windy road, so it's not like you could walk to the neighbors. You would have to get out on the main road and hold your breath, hoping that someone saw you because the road was narrow. Number 1. You could walk to the neighbors, but they weren't on top of you. I am giving you this raw and real, like I mentioned in another video, instead of videoing the land where you don't even know what you're looking at. I mean, it's hard. I shouldn't say you don't know. I thought I did a half-decent job with my other series. You know, and there was several in the running there too, but my finances weren't exactly where they needed to be. Things are still really tight. And I don't know. I'd like to do a little plaque wall of all of you who have given me donations, and I could just make a little plaque and pray for you all daily, because you're part of this mix of helping me out here. And that's not a plug for you to donate now. That's just saying. Back in the fall, didn't have all the quite the finances in place to both do a lot and a tiny cabin, and now it's really tight. I don't know. Will I have to go back to work? Possibly. Side job, back to work. Anyways, I'm a worker bee. It's okay. Lot number 4 coming up. I'm not 100% that you can put a tiny home in there. She said there's one in there. The deed restriction, the property owner, he's passed away, but that doesn't make the deed obsolete either. Just learned that from the other realtor. She says you can, but I know you have to, do the county research as well as the deed itself and the property owner. Well, I can't contact the property owner, but the county for sure. And then number 5 is close to the road. She said there is a tear down mobile home there. They're supposed to get rid of it. And it's in a super duper area, but you would have to build right next to the road, and I'm not sure I want to do that either. So I'll keep taking you along on this journey, and we'll see where we end up here. All right, hope you're enjoying this mindfulness show here, raw and real, as I keep on heading down the road. Okay, I couldn't resist. $31, and the first property I looked at today was number 31. I got gas earlier because I was on empty, and here we are. I'm asking God for signs. What do y'all think? So still driving to property number 34 or 4, however you want to look at that. I'm trying to keep track here. And have made a couple phone calls and found a little discouraging news, but not too bad, but sort of maybe. I had looked at one builder called Cherokee Structures, and the county that I'm looking in does not permit something that they call ready removable. That's a Tennessee law. He read it to me twice, and he was like, I can read it to you again if you want. And I'm like, no, that's okay, I get it. But I don't take no for an answer too easily, because I learned in sales many years ago that sometimes no is just give me more information. So I started talking to him a little bit more about what I want to do and how they do approve, and they bring in an engineer, and he's like, no, other people have tried and it's considered ready removable if they bring it in, although the place that I'm looking at allows tiny homes, but they have to be inspected by the engineer, and yada yada, hoop after hoop, right? So he said, it might be just as cheap for you to get a stick built. And lo and behold, my friend Matt, that I had looked at property, and I showed you that earlier in the series, he mentioned that out of the blue, that he has a friend that could probably build something that would be cheaper than going the shed to cabin route. Interesting. So I'm going to call Matt, see if, I don't know about all the codes that you have to, build to, and it has to have an engineer stamp, not just a stamp, but some kind of official Tennessee something or other. So I don't know. Is God closing that door in that particular county? Maybe. I don't know. But I'm giving you the raw and real, and I'm enjoying the drive, and we're doing windy right now. A few of you have asked me in the past if those containers had ever toppled over. Like my phone. In 1 year's time, 1.5 now, in this vehicle, the answer was no. But I just had the 6 boxes. The other 2 containers that have canned goods in them now, you have to watch those videos where I showed you the interior. They're in the playlist. They were in the back. My canned good 2-drawer unit was in the back. So since I've not been in Tennessee, windy roads, up and down hills, with them where they are now, they're sitting next to that 6-drawer unit. And this morning, twice, the bungee caught them a little bit, but they still toppled over. So I had a nice little cubby hole behind those 2 drawers, not the 6-drawer, but the 2 drawers sitting next to it, where I had hiking boots and different things. Well, I took all that out and I pushed the 2-drawer unit actually back onto the entire 2 seats that are folded down, because it was hanging out. The 2 drawers were hanging out off the platform, or not platform, but the two seats that are folded down, it was hanging off. So I'm thinking that's where, yeah, stop sign, where you wouldn't think there's a stop sign. Okay, we're good. Anyways, so now they've toppled. They may have to go to the back. The 6-drawer unit also went. The drawers didn't come out. It just started to go. Yeah, not good. Anyways, that's been the excitement for the day. Enjoying the journey and the beauty around here. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Yeah, I've got 4 more to look at today. And making phone calls. This one place may need a soil map test, which to get a permit cost about $500, and they're 2 to 3 weeks out. So time to go to Texas and come back, right? All right, we're gonna keep on going. I may, like I said, put this into 2 videos. Maybe show you this one more, or show you my thoughts on number 4 or 34. 34 comes from the fact that it's literally 34 properties that I've looked at, unless something else comes up in my brain. And or it's 4 for today so far, and I've got 4 more to go. Right. Oh my gosh, the view, the sound, I should say, of running water all along the last mile here. Is this gorgeous or what? I have just been on windy roads for several miles to get to this property. This is a gated community area. Oh my gosh, there was red flags and I didn't pay attention to them. It's 14.9. One was sold just recently. So I just kind of got caught up in it. I'm meeting the realtor now. It's beautiful, but this is back, way back, way back. No civilization around here. Okay, why did I not listen to my gut on this one? So we're gonna meet her. She's been here for a while. She said she was gonna take a nap, although she did tell me to call her an hour or a half an hour out, and I did. And she was already on her way. So beautiful, but I don't, this is like way back, Pigeon Forge, way back in here. Look at all this water. It rained like crazy yesterday. So we're here now. Yeah, I can show you this property, Saddle Ridge. And I'm sure that this is not going to be somewhere that I decide to say yes to. I don't see her anywhere. I wonder where she's at. She said she'd meet me at the gate. Okay. We're here. Now, if I have service will be another question. I'll let you know what I find out here. Windy, windy. Guess you're getting a real shadow now. I'm following the realtor in. She offered to drive in. I should have let her. No cell service. We're in the mountains. So I guess the joke's on me on this one. I told her, this is really far out, and she said, well, you were looking for safety for when you leave and a flat lot, and she said you can't get any more safe than this with the gated community. Just me and the bears out here. So you know, respectful of her time, we are going to go look at another one. But I don't know what part of, she said you're like 4 miles to one area and 5 to another, like bigger towns. But if you're driving 20 miles or 15 miles per hour, that could take you forever. So, all right, we're gonna go look at it. Look at this out the window here. We're talking steep. Okie dokie. A little bit more. She's long gone and I'm just bumping along. Lord help me. Google tells me we've arrived. It's not called Overlook for no reason. Oh my gosh, where am I at here, guys? We'll see. Okay, are we talking steep driveway? Case in point here. Beautiful, beautiful home with a beautiful view. Yeah, I'm out of here. On to number 5. Okay, hope you enjoyed this little journey today. It's 5 o'clock. I started around 11 and I still have a couple more to go today and feeling tired and gonna regroup and get some good night's sleep and start out again tomorrow perhaps, although it is supposed to rain. So as we go around the corner, hoping that everything just doesn't tip forward, lost the realtor again. Should never have looked at this place. She didn't hear me say that I want neighbors in the distance. And I had a list right in front of me, so maybe I talked too fast, I wasn't clear, I don't know. But although I did not do my aerial and due diligence with a map to know how far out this was. So blessings in your day and joy in the journey. Later. One more thing. Absolutely stunning around here. If you're a hunter or you want to be away from society, yes, no one would come up here to bother you because of the